So we are moving with the third part of fifth chapter, Consumer and Incentives of Introductory Microeconomics, Semester 1, University of Delhi, Economics major. Okay. So last class we discussed a bit of demand elasticities as well. So in general, elasticity measures the sensitivity, the responsiveness, how one economic variable's change will respond to another economic variable's change. Okay, let's say these economic variables as price and demand. So how the change in price of a product will affect the change in demand of that product. That is, let's say a pen of 10 rupees. So for 10 rupees there were 10 rupees there were 6 people to buy this pen. But the price increased. This pen's price is now 15 rupees. Now there is only 3 people ready to buy this pen, willing to buy this pen. So the demand decreased. So that percentage change, okay, that is percentage change in demand for a commodity with respect to percentage change in any of the factors affecting demand of for that commodity is what in demand elasticity we see. So this other factor that affects the demand may be the price, or that can be income, or that can be the price of related goods. Related goods means they can be substitutes, they can be substitutes are there, and also complementary goods are there, which we study later. So yes, so the percentage change in demand for a commodity with respect to percentage change in price is studied in the price elasticity of demand. The same with the related goods is studied in the cross elasticity of demand. Then the same when the demand of a commodity changes with the income is studied in the income elasticity of demand. So first, the price elasticity of demand. This measures the percentage change in quantity demanded of a good due to a percentage change in its price. As I said, the example of pen. So here the demand, so this is how we denote price elasticity of demand. First we write P, then okay, price elasticity of demand. So here it is calculated as the percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. Percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price, which we will study later detailedly. So higher the numerical value of elasticity, larger is the effect of a price change on the quantity demanded. There are 3 methods with which we can measure price elasticity. The first one is percentage method or proportionate method, which is widely used. Second one is total outlay method or expenditure method. Then the third one is geometric method, which is not that much used. Okay, but again we'll just go with that. Go through that briefly. So the first method, percentage method. So here the percentage delta, that is change, percentage change in quantity demanded is divided by the percentage change in price. So how is this percentage change in quantity demanded calculated? So this is how it's calculated. Percentage change in quantity divided by the original quantity multiplied with 100. Same with the price. Percentage change in price, sorry, not percentage, just the change in price divided by the original price multiplied with 100. Both the 100 cancels out. So this is how we get the formula. Later we will get it like this. When we just, the reciprocals will be just put ulta, so yeah. No, the denominator will be put all ulta, so we'll just get it like this. Okay. Sorry, this is how it works. And so how is this change calculated? Let's say for a pen the first price was 5 rupees, then it is 10 rupees. So the original price is 5, right? then it is increased to 10. So the change is Q1 minus Q, that is 5. 5 is the change. Sorry, P1 minus P. 5 is the change. Quantity also in the same way. So with the help of examples, we can get to know that much more better. Calculate the price elasticity of demand if demand increases from 4 units to 5 units due to fall in price from ₹10 to 8 rupees. So the quantity demanded first was 4 rupees, later it is 5 rupees. New quantity demanded is 5. Original P is 10, then the decreased price is 8, new price is 8. So the change in quantity is 1 and change in price is minus 2. Right, 8 minus 10 is minus 2. So how is the price elasticity of demand calculated? Change in Q by change in P multiplied with P by Q. 1 by minus 2 multiplied with 10 by 5. That is minus 1.25. Okay. So the negative sign has to be ignored. Next is total outlay or expenditure method. So here the elasticity of demand can be measured in terms of changes in total expenditure due to change in the price of commodity. Okay, so we know total expenditure is the price multiplied with quantity. So let's see how it helps here. So it is given that the price have increased from P is 5 and P1 is 6. Price has increased from 5 to 6 and the total expenditure has decreased. That is changed from 500 to 420. That is decreased. So it means that the quantity has decreased, or else the total expenditure won't decrease, right? So we know total expenditure is Q into P. That means TE by P gives us the quantity. So and here we can see the first quantity will be 500 divided by 5, that is 100, and the second quantity Q1 will be, the new quantity will be 420 by 6, that is 70. Right? So with that we'll get the delta Q. Change in Q is 30. Right, 100 minus 70 is 30. And change in P is minus 1. Then the price is 5. Then 100. So we have minus 1.5. Okay, so next is geometric method, which is introduced by Professor Marshall. So this is used to measure elasticity at a point on the demand curve. Let's say this is the demand curve. Let's say this is the point. So this will be the upper segment and this will be the lower segment. So the lower segment of demand curve is divided by the upper segment of demand curve. This method is also known as graphic method, point method, and arc method. So here method of calculating elasticity is that measures at the midpoint of demand range. It achieves a stable elasticity regardless of the starting point by using the average price and quantity in calculation. So this is how we get that. You can just get with the, just note the formula, we won't be using it. Okay, next is degrees of elasticities of demand. This is important. Okay, this is what is really important. So degrees of elasticity of demand, that is, elasticity won't be same for all the changes in demand, right? Let's say for the medicine, even if the price of medicine is increased, the quantity demanded might not increase because it is a necessity. People needs that. But if we speak of television or fridge, if the price of these electronic equipments are increased, the quantity can decrease a little bit. Or if the price of this again, if the let's speak of medicines itself, if the price of a medicine decrease, the quantity may not increase because there is no use of the medicine is not useful for any people who does not require that. It's only for the patients. So the patient will only buy that even if the price increase or decrease or whatever happens, like that. But when you come to the case of this AC or bag or any pen, if the price decreases a little bit, there will be more consumers, more quantity will be demanded because it's a useful thing for all, irrespective of their health. So definitely. So that is why we speak of degrees of elasticity. So degree of responsiveness of quantity demanded to a change in price differ. Okay, depending the particular good. This is how we note that price elasticity of demand can be expressed in terms of numerical value which ranges from 0 to infinity. 0 to infinity. We studied how to calculate this elasticity of demand. So when this ED is lesser than that is when this ED is infinity, that is we are not able to calculate it, like we know how infinity is calculated, right? So that means it is perfectly elastic. Infinite demand at the same price, which is not a practical thing to happen. Okay, this perfectly elastic thing, it's not something practical. Next is, just a second. You can take a screenshot of this part, it is really important. Okay, so next is when elasticity of demand is equal to 0. This part, okay, it means it is perfectly inelastic. Same demand at all prices. Then elasticity of demand greater than 1, it is highly elastic. That is, the demand change in demand is more than the change in price. Then again, elasticity of demand lesser than 1 means it is less elastic. Change in demand lesser than change in price. Then when it is equal, elasticity of demand is equal to 1, it is unitary elastic. Percentage of change in demand is equal to percentage of change in price. Let's go through it little more in detail. The first one is perfectly elastic demand. So a slight change in price will cause an infinite change in demand. That is, even if the price is 30, 30, 30, this is the price here itself, but the demand may change to, it may decrease or it may increase, anything can happen with the demand. Price will be same. Next is perfectly inelastic. That is at the same, so this is for necessities, okay, there is medicine or a rice, like that, wheat, like that, necessity. There will be no change in demand with change in price. That is, even if the price decrease or even if the price increase, the quantity demanded will be same. Even if it's P1 or P2 or anything, any price in this part, 20, 30, 40, 50, anything, but the demand will be same because those are necessities. You need to buy them regardless of their price, right? You need to consume food, you need to have your medicines, like that. Next is high elasticity demand for the electronics or bag or pen, like that. A slight change in the price, that is here 50% is decreased, right? 50% of the price is decreased, but here 100% is increased in the demand. Okay, that is This should be shorter actually. The price change is little, but the quantity increases more. Next is less elasticity. That means here 50% of the price is decreased, but only 20% of the demand is increased. That is, price change is more than the quantity demanded. You can see this is more area, right? Compared to this portion. Okay. Next is unitary elastic. So that means the same amount, same percentage change in both quantity and price. 50% of price is decreased, then it is demand. So 50% of demand is increased. That's it. This both part will be same. That is if price decreased from 100. Sorry, price decreased from 100 to 50. Then the quantity increased from 50 to 100. That's it. So next is determinants of price elasticity of demand. Okay. We'll discuss that in next class. Or do we have time to discuss that now? We'll discuss that in next class. Okay. In next class, we'll discuss the determinants of price elasticity. That is the elements that determines the elasticity of price, the responsiveness of price to demand change. Then we'll discuss the cross price elasticity of demand, then income elasticity of demand. Okay. So that's all. Bye. Happy learning.